What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. She say that I'm cool. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I believe in G-O-D, don't believe in G-H-O-T. She keep playing me dumb, I'm a player for fun. Y'all don't really know my mental, let me give you the picture like stencil. Falling out in a drought, no flow rain was I'm pouring down. See that pain was all around, see my mode was kinda lounge. Didn't know which way to turn, flow was cool but I still felt burned. I'ma feel everything like this purge. Let's just get this straight for a second. I'ma work, even if I don't get paid for progression. I'ma get everything that I do is electric. I'ma keep it in motion, keep it moving like kinetic. Put this shit in a frame, but I know I don't blame everything that I say. Man, I seen you deflate, let me elevate. This ain't a prank, have you walking on a plane? Both hands together, God, let me pray. I've been going right around for that astronaut.
Hey, what's up everybody? Back here with another live, and today we're going to talk moving averages, guys. We're going to talk moving averages, so we're just going to wait for a couple people to come in. Good to see you, Cosmic Waters. How's it going? Glad to see you here, brother. Glad to see you here. Yeah, so we're just going to kind of wait a few minutes for everybody to get in here. As always, guys, this is a small stream, so I like it that way, though. But as we go, we're going to grow. We're going to get more people. But we're going to talk moving averages and why they're important. And we're going to talk more about some things I'm going to be looking at personally in a bear market to buy. And yes, we are currently in a bear market, if you're not aware, but that's okay. That's where all the opportunities lie, guys. That's where millionaires are made, is in the bear market. So, just, we're not quite there yet. At the bottom, we got a long way to go, but right now is a good time to just stack your money and stack your money, stack your stable coins, and set things to a side and be patient. Unless you are an experienced trader, then that's a bit different. Because you can make, if you're an experienced trader, you can make money in this market, whether it's going up or it's going down. So, with that being said, let's go. Yes, we are gonna get it. Absolutely. Damn right. We're here for the long haul. Here for the long haul. So, but, all right, guys, I'm just going to jump into it. We're going to talk moving averages and why they're important. But first, we're going to start with Bitcoin. As an analysis, right now, currently, Bitcoin is not a buy, guys. It's just not. Bearish retest on the 21-day moving average. It's looking terrible. It's looking terrible. It's not looking great. It can't even hold this trend line. So what happens when these things can't hold trend? Well, they go down. So just the facts in the charts. So now what we're going to go over is how to know something is a buy. Okay, well, we're going to go back over here. When you see this green line, this is the 8-day moving average. And also, guys, I'm going to be holding TA classes for other people. Right now, I do have... Sorry, guys. Need to get a drink of water. Whew. Anyways, I have a small group of... small team I'm building currently. We're all in there learning how to... Holy shit. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I'm trying to learn how to teach these guys how to trade. Building a small team for the next bull run. So, It's going to be good. Once I get them a little more established, I will be opening up spots to actually teach people technical analysis. I will open back up my Patreon as well at some point, and I'll be taking some of you guys on. You guys will be able to follow trades and things like that. And I'm going to post signals and all that good stuff. So, anyway, moving forward, how to know something is a buy? Well, first, you have your 8-day moving average, which is the green line. You have your 21-day moving average, which is the thick purple line. You have your 50-day moving average, which is the bright yellow line. You have your 100-day moving average, which is the thick blue line. And you have your 200 right here. It's the thick red line. These are what you call moving averages. So, now, with that being said, when something is a buy, you will get this 8 and 21 cross to the upside, okay? I don't know if you guys can see it. I might have to zoom in a little bit more, but right here where I circled, this is going to be your signal that it's a buy. Now, when it breaks the 8 and it checks the 21, well, they call the 8 and 21 like a wait a minute zone, okay? You just want to kind of hang, wait out, see what happens. You don't really want to sell your asset quite yet, and here's why. Because, as you see right here, it went here, checked the 21-day moving average. It checked, it closed right on it, but then it sprung back up. Now, there's other indicators that would have told you that it's could be a reversal, right? And start going back up, which we'll get into those in another video. But for now, we're talking about strictly moving averages only. Now, with that being said, if you would have bought this 8 and 21 cross, and you would have sold this 21-day break right here, let's just kind of see how much percentage you could have gained just on that simple little strategy, right? 26% gain. That's good in a bear market, guys. That's good. It's great in a bear market. Obviously, there's other things that we can make a lot more money at, but I'm just using Bitcoin as an example right now, okay? So, now, time to sell. Well, right here, it broke the 21. Then, you got these moving averages, right? You get a lower time frame moving average crossing through a higher time frame moving average. That equals price action to the downside, which it did in fact do just that. It went to the downside, right? So not only did you have the 8 cross the 21, but it also crossed the 50-day moving average. Remember, a lower time frame moving average crossing down through a higher time frame moving average is bearish. Okay? So, with that being said, you got your downside here. If you would have sold just solely on that signal itself, let's just see where you could have. If you didn't sell, well, you would have lost potentially like a 34-35% loss there if you wouldn't have sold. But if you would have sold it, you would have saved yourself like 30-35%, right? Now you have 30-35 more percent to buy the next upswing, right? Remember, guys, whenever you are trading, it is all about treating every dollar like it's your last. Listen, guys, markets will move, and you're always going to be able to make money and going up or going down if you're a trader. If you're not a trader, that's perfectly fine. Dollar cost averaging in is a great method as well. But you have to know where the bottom is, right? Because you don't want to just keep buying downtrends. Buying downtrends it'll destroy your bankroll. Trying to trade chop is going to destroy your bankroll. It's not good. So, just here to help you guys out and try to get y'all on the same page, and just trying to have a more well-rounded, educated audience, right? So that's the goal. And also, you know, I'm all big about crypto fundamentals too. When I do my research, I do a lot of deep dives and stuff like that. If you guys are new on the channel, you can go back, look at my previous videos that I did from a long time ago. A lot of videos I did with, you know, CEOs, co-founders of different companies and things like that. You guys can see all that stuff on there. So, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, John. Absolutely. Totally decent, and I'm glad you're up to learning, because when you learn this skill, guys, it's a life changer. You know, it really is. It's a life changer. And it really helps out if you're ever... hell, I try to teach my kids, guys, because no matter what, it's just another tool in the tool belt of life, right? You can use it to do whatever you want. I mean... say you're working your 9 to 5, whatever, and you're like, oh man, I could really use some extra money. Well, guess what? You know how to make some extra money no matter what, right, guys? So that's why I try to teach my kids no matter what. And, you know, this is the true, in my opinion, this is the true way to financial freedom. You don't have to answer to nobody. It brings a lot of freedom. So it's definitely a good thing. So, now, let's go back and look at history for Bitcoin, okay? I want to show you guys something. How powerful these 8 and 21 crosses really are, and how much money you can potentially make, okay? And then we'll go back even further in history, and I'll show you how I knew we were going into a bear market. And it's not just because I'm some genius and I just thought it. The charts told me exactly that we were going to go into a bear market. So, and I'll show you why. So right here, back in March 2020, we had a capitulation phase right before the bull run started. I remember here because I was buying right here, because it was, I remember that day, I would, like it was nice. A lot of awesome deals. This was like your last capitulation phase chance to get in on these very juicy low prices, right? Well, as you guys can see, if you were too scared to buy the 200 backtest and the retest of the 200, because this wasn't the first time, guys, it hit it back here in January of 19 and December of 18. Why did it bounce off the 200? It was a technical move. When things bounce off the 200, it gets a nice rally. Now, I also remember this, because I came into crypto about 2018. You're sitting right here, right? It bounced off 200, rallied to 14K. Everybody thought the fucking bull run was in full effect. Well, little did they know, they were wrong. And it came back down. It just started trending down. Obviously had a little relief rally, and then a capitulation phase happened. But we were close. We were close. Hey, not that far off. So even if you did end up buying here around 14K, 11, 12K, you know, it wasn't a bad choice because you made a lot of money, okay? Now, that being said, if you would have bought the 8 and 21 cross, look guys, happened right here. 8 and 21 cross. Let's just see how much potential profits you would have made just on the simple method that I'm showing you right now, the 8 and 21 cross, and the 8 and 21 cross to the downside, okay? So, let's measure it up. So, right here, would have bought around like $7,954 Bitcoin, right? And you would have sold it right here at about $46,830. That would have been a total percentage gain of 488% just on that simple method alone, okay? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's just one little thing, right? One little trick, and you can make a lot of money just on that theory alone. So, and guys, these have been around for years and years and decades and decades. These methods have been around forever. So it's not like this is just something new or whatever. And I can show you guys something too that'll end up making you a lot of money as well. And I want to show you, let's do it. So let's go to index. Let's go to the S&P 500. I know you're like, oh, we're talking about crypto. Why are we looking at the S&P 500? And I'll show you exactly why. Okay. So What's the S&P 500 doing? It's going down, right? It lost its support, and now it's coming down even further. It's not looking good at all, guys. It's not a buy either. It's not even close to being a buy. Again, I don't even know if I was talking. I don't think I talked about this yet. But long wick reversal theory. Get a long wick to the upside. Boom, it's coming down. And we're getting ready to close here in about 20 minutes for our weekly close. And then we're going to start a brand new weekly candle. So, if it closes like this, well, it's not looking good, guys. I mean, it could do a bearish retest of this 8, maybe even the 21 again, right? But it's going to fail. Come down more because it's not done. And why do I say it's not done? I'll show you exactly why it's not done. Bam. Smash the 200. Smash the 200. Smash the 200. Smash the 200. These things are normal in all market cycles, guys. It's just the way things go. These are just the facts. So, hell yeah, we're all going to have a big bag this next run. We are all going to have a big bag this next run. I'm going to be super excited. So, now, what I want to tell you guys is the S&P 500, Bitcoin definitely likes to follow the S&P 500. And you can make a lot of money on this theory alone as well. Not going to really get into this too much, just going to lightly touch on it. And, you know, we can go from there. Maybe like another video, I'll go over it more in detail and things like that. But obviously, you guys look at the pre-markets in the morning. If pre-market's red, more than likely Bitcoin's going to follow that. So it's always, and then, you know, you got your charts too, and you got all your indicators to tell you the same thing, right? So, but yes, obviously S&P 500, Bitcoin's following the S&P 500. So not looking good for Bitcoin, but that's okay. It's probably going to touch this 100-day moving average at about 35,758. Probably going to wick down through that a little bit lower. If we lose this support, it's coming to the 200. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but it will happen. It will happen. And we will get the whole same thing again. It's going to touch the 200. It's going to consolidate, chop sideways for a little while. Nice little relief rally, fake out, come back down, capitulation phase, start a bull run. Yes, it's all going to happen again. That's how all this stuff works, and I'll show you exactly why I say that. You've seen this right here. You've seen this. Now, what I want to show you guys, this is 2017 bull run, okay? I'm actually going to show you something a little bit different first, though, so you can understand this rule as well. Now, this does only apply on the weekly chart. It doesn't apply on any other chart, okay? Only the weekly time frame. Now, you're in a bull run, okay? This whole entire time. Sure, you might check the 21, which is normal. Checking the 21 here and there, right? Bull run technically started back here, September of 2015. It started. Why? Because it bounced right off of the 200. Again, this only applies to the weekly chart. Now you see, since September of 2015, it never came back down and touched this 200-day moving average all the way till back here in December of 2018. Okay? Now, pretty funny, right? Because isn't that like a year from when Bitcoin topped? Well, let's look. Yeah, December 2017. That was the top for Bitcoin. 1 year later, that was the bottom for Bitcoin. The very, very bottom. Almost roughly about a year. Is it going to do the same thing? It's going to do something similar, absolutely. But it's not going to be exactly the same, and that's okay. But if we know what to look for, we can make money. That's all that matters. So, with that being said, this was a warning shot when it hit the 21. Okay? Then, you got another wick to the 21. Well, it's not looking so good. And it threw a doji. Not looking good at all, right? Then you get a nice big red candle closing below the 21. This was your shot to get out. When it broke the 21, you get out. You sell it all, get out if you want, whatever your strategy is, right? Because everybody has different strategies. But if you're a trader, that was your signal. That was your sell signal. Then we went on to a bear market. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, it's going to happen again, guys. It's already happening as we speak. It's okay. There's going to be more opportunities, and that's all that counts. So, you got this. It tapped here. There's your warning shot. Sold here. You're in good shape, right? You didn't sell necessarily the top, but, hey, you didn't necessarily sell the bottom either. So, you're doing good. You made a lot of money. Now, let's go back to the previous cycle before that. And there's a lot of things that play into this. I'm not really going to get into this, but 2013, 2014 bull run for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is very similar to the 2021 bull run. 2020, 2021 bull run, okay? Maybe we'll get into that later. For all my people in my TA class, we'll get to that, and I'll explain everything in our class as well. But I understand a lot of things that I didn't understand about a year ago, maybe even a year and a half ago, that I understand now. And it makes perfect sense to me. And now I know some other things to look for, which is really great. So, with that being said, again, guys, the simple rule that I said, right? We got to close under the 21 right here. Bear market. 50-day moving average. That's your second warning. Okay? Long wick reversal. Reversed. Tried to break this neckline. Was not successful. More down. And it actually broke the 50 this time. It didn't test it. It broke it. Okay? Then it hit the 100. Tried to rally. Couldn't do it. Got rejected. Rolled over. Again. So you see it? It'll bounce off a moving average. Try to rally. Get rejected. Roll over. Boom. Relief rally. Come down. Try to rally. Nope. And then it back tested to 50. It got rejected again. Then it bounced to 200. So that's why I said these simple little rules definitely help. They definitely work. This isn't just some BS that I make up. So yeah, that's why moving averages are important. Now, let's get a little more in depth on moving averages and what are some signals that trigger price action and other things like that, right? So let's go back here. Let's actually go to a daily chart, daily chart. We'll go to a daily chart so that way we can see a lot more smaller moves, and I'll be able to show you guys more with the moving averages too, because the higher time frames, the lower time frames, they cross a lot more, so I'll be able to show you. Again, lower time frame moving average crossing down through a higher time frame moving average is bearish. Very, very bearish. So with that being said, as you guys can see, right up here, you go to your daily chart, it crossed the 21, it closed, sell it. If you would have sold here at 62,000 on your daily chart, which I like the daily, the weekly, even the 4 hour, they all play a role, right? Even your lower time frames like hour, 15 minute, all depending on what you're doing, they work differently. And for whatever your purpose is, right? But anyways, if you would have sold here, well, look, 200 is totally different than the weekly as well, by the way. I'm actually going to take this VRPR off. I do not want it on there right now, so we can see the full chart. All right, so right here, obviously, you see these moving averages crossing down through higher time frame moving averages. it's bearish. Bearish all the way. And as you can see, as these moving averages are crossing down through these higher time frame moving averages, we're seeing price action to the downside. And this is why moving averages are so important. Just like right here, we'll zoom in a little bit. You see this 8 and 21 crossing down through the 100? Well, guess what it did? It caused price action to the downside, guys. It tried to catch itself here, tried to rally again, got rejected, couldn't do it, and more down. Just more down. So, yeah. This is why moving averages is important. This is why I use them, and people have been using them for decades. And because it works. So, awesome. Glad to hear it, brother. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Now, the same rules do apply in an uptrend, right? So what does that look like? Okay. You got a nice double bottom pattern right here off your 100-day moving average, right? Now you got your 8 and 21 cross, right? That's great. Now you got, and here's the thing, guys. You would have seen this coming too. If you know about moving averages, you would have got a golden cross right here. Okay, golden cross right here. This is what they call golden cross. It's where the 50-day moving average crosses up through the 200-day moving average. That is a golden cross. Now, the opposite side of that is when the 50 crosses down through the 200, it's called a death cross, which typically equates to price action to the downside. If the move already hasn't happened, and that's where you rely on all your other indicators to build a bullish and bearish scenario. So, anyways, moving on. Like I said, the same thing applies to moving averages on the way up too. You got your 8 and your 21 cross right here, right? This is your buy signal. Moving up, then you get your 8 and your 21 crossing up through your 50-day moving average. And look what it did. It shot the price up, right? Shot the price up. Now you're in this uptrend. You got to run up, a little bit of distribution, markdown. Then I try to rally. Well, couldn't really. After so many times trying to rally and trying to go higher, it just finally gave in. And if you would have sold here around like 63, it would have been good. And you would have did that if you were paying attention to the daily chart. So, yeah. If you would have sold right here, or even right here on this cross, right? Which is very important. Just this little swing. I mean, it's a pretty big swing, but still. If you'd have bought this right here, right? And you would have sold the sell, you'd have gained another 39%. That's not bad, guys. That's good. That's not bad. Because you got to remember, after you do this so many times, 39, 10, 20, 30, 200, 300, 500% gains, yeah, it adds up. It adds up fast. So what I always like to tell everybody, this is not it's not a sprint. This is a marathon. The guy that stays in the game the longest is always the winner. It does not matter. I know somebody that started personally with like $40 to $100, and now, about 2 years later, now has a 6-figure account. Come on, guys. I mean, like I said, everything adds up. Like, so it's perfect. Like, you just gotta have patience. Now, let's talk about some stuff that I'm going to be looking at in a bear market. And why? One of my favorites, always will be, one of my favorites is Safe Haven. And if you guys have been around this channel for a long time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This asset is for the future. Why? Because this market is not mature enough to even understand what these people are trying to do right now. And that's okay. Because for people like us, oh, this is the wrong chart. I was like, this doesn't even look right. For us, it's a great buying opportunity. And I'm not saying to buy now. Sure, it's cheap right now, right? But guys, we are in a bear market. Bitcoin hasn't even made its biggest move to the downside yet. Well, I made a big move to the downside, but it's still got another nice big move to the downside before we can really start seeing, because Bitcoin bottoms first, Ethereum goes next, then altcoins, and all depending, you got your large cap altcoins, you got your mid caps, and you got your small cap altcoins, and these all just kind of bottom at different times. Anyways, this asset right here, one of my favorites. This market is not mature enough currently to understand what they are doing, and that's okay, because for us it's a great buying opportunity. This thing is still going to come down, guys, and that's okay, because it's going to be a better buying opportunity. Could it be close to the bottom? It could, but it might not be. So let's rely on technical analysis to tell us when to buy and sell, right? But this one, I will definitely be looking forward to picking up a lot of this in the bottom of the market, or near the bottom, because sometimes it's hard to catch bottoms. But for me, I picked up a lot of this stuff a long time ago. Made a considerable amount of money on this stuff. I didn't even know it at the time. I didn't know nothing about technical analysis. I bought some in here, and I started buying some in here and here, and my average buy ended up being like $110 per million tokens. Made out like a bandit. I have no complaints on this. But yeah, could this thing go a lot higher? Absolutely. This thing's amazing. If you guys are not familiar with it, go back. I got plenty of interviews with the team. Really good friends with them. Great group of guys. A lot of information. Also, I have a podcast that I did like 3 podcasts with them too, additionally, but I think they're all on my YouTube channel too. So yeah, guys, this is a great asset. So I'll be looking to scoop up as much as I can of this stuff too. Let's talk another one. If you look back on the channel, we talked about this on the channel too. Polygon, which used to be considered Matic, which I'm going to get rid of all this stuff. Well, I'm only going to get rid of this. Anyways, this is a rechart. This is a retrace fib. Obviously, guys, this is ridiculous. We came all the way from 0.002, which doesn't even reflect on here. We were buying between 0.002, 0.0225. I can show you the transactions. It's crazy. I kick myself every day. But anyways, with that being said, this thing has seen such a price increase. Guess what? What goes up must come down, guys. This isn't, I'm not here to sell you a pipe dream or fairy tales. I'm here to sell you facts. So that's just the facts of it, man. What goes up must come down. Now, where can we start looking? Right around this 84 cent mark is going to be your 236 retrace. Where do I see it personally coming? It's hard. It's really hard because there's a lot of factors that kind of go into this stuff, but we just got to take it level by level. But if I had to guess, it might come down to 786. And if it comes down to 786, it's going to be a great opportunity. Even if it comes down to 618, which I know it'll probably at least hit the 618. But it's going to take some time, guys. It's not going to happen overnight. But, and there's going to be upswings throughout all this, going up and down and everything. It's going to make people confused. But if we stick to the plan here, we remain level-headed, we can make a lot of money. So, with that being said, right here, you'd be looking at about $4,700 per 100,000 tokens. Now, 100,000 tokens could be life-changing. Let me tell you. It could be very life-changing. How life-changing, you ask? Well, we'll get into that in another video. We'll pull a fib extension if on both scenarios in another video. But this is another one. Polygon, definitely on my list. Pirate Chain. Pirate Chain, fucking love Pirate Chain. Why do I love Pirate Chain? They got amazing tech, and it's a privacy token. Privacy is the future, guys. It just is. I know a lot of people are like, oh, no, I don't want to hear that. But it's the truth, guys. It's the truth. And you can make a lot of money. So, but yeah, this guy, I really kicked myself because I was looking at it here, right around 4 cents. Didn't buy it. I was in a really large Bitcoin Cash trade. Wish I would have bought it because I would have made a ridiculous amount of money. This thing had a hell of a run, guys. Hell of a run. So just from the bottom to the top, let's see. It had a 125,000% gain. That's great, right? Pirate Chain's great. In my personal opinion, I know I'm going to get probably a lot of hate from this, but this is just the facts. Pirate Chain has way better tech than Monero. I like Monero. Again, I like Monero, but Pirate Chain has better technology. And they have a hell of a community, too. Supply is relatively low for what they're trying to accomplish, so I like it. It's a winner for me. Where could I see Pirate Chain coming down to? Well, it could come back down here to this 20-cent range. Could maybe even bounce off the 50 here at about 45 cents, but I don't know. I think it's going to hit the 618. But let's see what happens. Not saying it's going to for sure, either way, but let's find out. Well, again, we got to take these things level by level. There's a lot of them. Let's look at IOTEX. IOTEX is another one that we were buying very cheap that I believe is going to be a huge part of the future, which Larry from IOTEX, he's been on the channel as well. You guys can go check him out. Again, this thing's at critical support right now. If it cannot hold this support, it's coming down, guys. But guess what? It had a hell of a run. And this is one of those Binance Launchpad tokens. So let's pull a retrace just to potentially see where this thing could come down to, right? It just broke the 236. Okay? It's going to come down more. Where? Well, be looking about 3.5 cents here probably before too long. Again, these things are not going to happen overnight. These things take time to play out. So patience is required. But if you have the patience, you can make a lot of money. Right down here, 1.9 pennies at the 50. It could come to the 50. It could come to the 618. If it comes to a penny, that's great. $1,000 get you 100,000 tokens. Perfect. If it goes lower than that, hey, even a bigger blessing. So yeah, I don't really see it hitting the 786, but maybe the 618, maybe the 50 line. Yeah, I could see that. But we're not there yet, so let's just take this level by level. How many viewers we got? We got 2 people watching. Just curious, anybody have any questions at all out there? Or want me to chart anything? Anything like that? Because we only got probably about 10 minutes left on this stream, and I'm going to hop off here for the night. So yeah, so IOTEX just broke the 236. Again, it's at critical support right now. And you guys, even if you don't know anything about charts, you could definitely see this. Support right here, right? It breaks this range, it's coming down. And it's going to end up backtesting the top of this move right here, roughly right here. That's where your next form of support would be. But if it doesn't, it's gonna test this range. If it doesn't hold, which it probably won't, look here, the 50 line. That's your next major support. Is the 50. Not only do you have support here, but you have support here. Now, if that doesn't hold, well, you're looking at the 618, and You got a decent amount of support there too. More, maybe even catch a wick down in here. You'll have even more support. But somewhere around that range, I would say would be a great buy range, be a great opportunity to buy. And for all the investors that like to dollar cost average, maybe a good range would be between the 50 and a little bit below the 618. Maybe, who knows, right? Especially with these capitulation phases, you can pick up a lot of great deals. But yeah, that's just a few of the assets of the many that I will be looking at. There's going to be a lot, guys. There's so many. There's over 17,000 different cryptocurrencies. I'm not even going to try to cover them all, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of these things are not going to be around when the next bull market comes around. Why? Because that's just the way it goes, guys. These people do not have the funds to sustain themselves for a longer bear cycle, which really makes things difficult. So, with that being said, guys, if nobody has any questions at all whatsoever, I think we're going to get out of here. I definitely, thanks for coming out, Cosmic Waters. I much appreciated, brother. Everybody else that came out, I appreciate everything. Also, if you guys found any value in this video at all, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family. We're going to get into more. I'm going to start doing more deep dives and things like that, because that's what I used to do on the channel quite a bit. But I've really been taking over a lot with TA. But I think the cool thing is when you combine the research and the technical analysis, it's good. Because at least by your research you're getting into solid investments. And then you know how to buy and sell, or when to buy and sell these said solid investments that you're making. So again, guys, thanks everybody for coming out. Chi-Town, what is going on, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Do you have anything? Did anybody have anything they wanted me to chart before we go? Is there anybody curious about any assets out there right now and where they think they might potentially go? But, all right, guys. Well, I think that about covers tonight. We'll be back later on this week. Might make some other videos. In between too, let's see what happens. I tend to do a little bit busier of a schedule. I got some things going on in the background as well. But again, if you found any value in this video at all whatsoever, actually we're going to cover this too. Look, guys, Bitcoin just closed below the trend line, right? And look, it's coming down. It's coming down already. So, all right, guys. Oh, VET? Yeah, absolutely. An XDC? Yeah, we'll take a peek at it. VeChain, one of my favorites. Well, used to be. I mean, I can't say used to be. I still like VeChain, right? Got a lot of love for VeChain. We bought VeChain pretty low, so I like VeChain. VeChain is not looking healthy. It's not looking good, but next fib level is going to be looking at about 3.9 cents. We've already tapped it right here, right back in February. Again, try to reclaim everything. Got rejected at the 200, coming down. Technical move. Now you're getting ready for that 21 and 50 cross to the downside. That's going to create even more price action to the downside. You got your pivots right here, so your next stop, if it can't hold right here, then it's going to go down even more, but you're looking at about 5.3 cents. And then S2, you're looking at about 4.2. So, and look, guys, again, this is another asset that just went, it did really well. It did well. capitulation phase of March 2020. Bull run, straight up, boom. And now it's just down. It's probably going to come back down to this 3.2 cent mark right here. Get a bounce, come back up, break it, come down some more. Again, it's not going to happen overnight, but gotta have some patience, guys. XDC. XDC, I believe. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, this is the right one. Okay, cool. XDC, it's at critical support. If this breaks, it's got downside. It's gonna have some downside. You know what? We're gonna look at this on CoinTrader too, because I know there's more data on CoinTrader. Because I remember this thing being much cheaper. Yeah, again, hell of a run, guys. From 0.00045, yeah, hell of a run. All the way to about 18.7 cents. Yeah, had a nice run, guys. But look, it's not sustainable. What goes up must come down. So, yeah, this isn't looking good either. Actually, well, I mean, short term, if it can break this 100, you might catch it to the 200, and then it's going to come back down. But long term, no, not yet. And it's what I do like to see though is you got support here, you got support here. It's not breaking; it's trying to bounce. If it can break this 100, you might be able to see a nice little rally up to right where the 200 is right here. If it could break the 200, right? But it's not going to last, in my opinion. But right now, though, I mean, short term, yeah, it could break the 100. But it could also not break the 100 and just roll over and come back down through. So, but currently, right now, on the daily chart, yeah, XFIN's a buy. It's above the zero line on histogram for the MACD, so it's not like 100,000% bearish at this point, but be careful, guys. Be careful, because we are in a bear market. So, again, though, could rally to the 200, get rejected like a lot of these other assets, and you can see it. It did it right here, too. If you go back to December of 21, after it broke the 200 on the daily, it just, boom, it tanked. Had a nice little rally, came back down, rally up, try to break the 200, couldn't hold it, bam, major downside, right? Me personally, right now with the shape that Bitcoin's in, I'm not really trusting anything right now. So, yeah, I'm just waiting for Bitcoin to make a nice move, and we'll go from there. But, yeah, I mean, it could do a little something right now, right? Could rally, but for me, I'm not really worried about it. The bigger picture for me is that we're in a bear market, and I'll be looking to just kind of wait and be patient. Is there anything else that anybody has before we get off here? By the way, good to see you, Chi-Town. Glad you came out. Always good to see you. But, alright, guys. Well, if y'all don't have anything else, I'm going to cut it here. Again, we'll see you later on this week. And as always, if you found any value in this video, like, share,